The killer wears a mask. Not just any mask, one that is so meticulously crafted, it's almost impossible to tell if it's human or something far darker. Each victim bears the same chilling signature, a single blood-red handprint, smeared across their face like a final kiss. And no one, not even the most seasoned detective, can guess who or what is behind the mask. Detective Riley Parker had seen it all. The brutal murders, the twisted minds, the stories of people twisted by rage and desperation. But this case was different. This was something beyond ordinary evil, something chilling. It started with a body in an upscale penthouse on the edge of town. A woman, middle-aged, blonde, and stunningly beautiful, was found lying in a pool of her own blood. Her face was covered in a strange, unnerving mask, a mask of porcelain with hollow, lifeless eyes. But the strangest detail? The blood-red handprint smeared across her cheek, as if someone had kissed her in the middle of her demise. The officers on the scene were rattled. It wasn't just the murder that disturbed them. It was the mask. The woman had been a socialite, well-known and loved. Who would want her dead? And why the mask? Riley stood over the body, her eyes narrowed. The scene felt rehearsed, too perfect, too clean. Whoever did this had been meticulous. It wasn't just about killing, it was about sending a message. The killer was playing a game, and Riley was the next piece on the board. A week later, another victim was discovered, this time in a luxury hotel room. A man. Same mask, same handprint, same chilling message. Riley stared at the crime scene photos in her office, the weight of the case pressing down on her chest. Each new murder was eerily identical to the last. The same masked figure, the same ritual, the same chilling signature. The more she learned, the more she became obsessed with the question: who was behind the mask? She combed through every lead, every suspect. The victims had nothing in common. They weren't related, no mutual connections, no obvious reason for them to be targeted. But Riley couldn't shake the feeling that there was something more beneath the surface. Then came the breakthrough. A small detail from the most recent crime scene, a barely visible smudge on the victim's collar, was analyzed, and it came back with an unexpected result: the killer's DNA. It was a match, but not to any criminal record. No, the DNA matched someone Riley knew intimately: her own father. Her heart raced, her mind screamed. She wasn't ready for this. The twist: her father, Michael Parker, had been a notorious criminal years before Riley became a detective. He'd served his time, disappeared from the public eye, and had been living a quiet life under a new name. Riley hadn't seen him in over a decade, but now, the DNA had tied him to the mask. Riley's emotions were torn. Her father, the man who had raised her, was a monster. She couldn't accept it, but the evidence was undeniable. In desperation, she began searching through her father's past, hoping to find some clue, some answer that would explain his involvement. That's when she found something truly horrifying: a hidden journal filled with strange notes and drawings of masks. One page stood out, a drawing of the same mask. It was labeled in a cryptic script: "The Face of Revenge." The phone rang late one night as Riley sat with the journal in her lap. Her father's voice crackled through the receiver. "Are you scared yet, Riley?" he asked, his voice calm but tinged with something darker. "I told you the mask would reveal the truth. It always does." Her blood ran cold. It was him, the masked killer. But the real question remained: why had he chosen her? Riley rushed to her father's house, her heart pounding in her chest. She arrived to find the front door wide open and an eerie silence hanging in the air. Inside, every room was empty except for one. She approached the final door with trembling hands and pushed it open. The room was covered in strange drawings, faces, masks, and symbols. And in the center, on the floor, was another mask. This one, however, was different. It was made of dark leather and had intricate stitching around the edges. Riley recognized it immediately. It was the mask her father had worn in his youth, the one he had promised he'd buried long ago. Then, the door slammed shut behind her. A voice echoed through the darkened room. "Did you really think you could escape your past, Riley?" Her father stepped from the shadows wearing the same terrifying mask. But this time, he wasn't just the criminal she had hunted. He was something far worse, the monster she could never outrun. End. The tension built to a boiling point, and just as the knife-edge suspense hit its peak, Riley faced a choice that would change everything. Could she stop her own father from becoming the ultimate monster? Or would she join him, part of the mask he had forged all those years ago? The mask had always been the answer,